Okay, so I'm back. I just got kicked off my shit. I don't know. It just kicked me off. It just stopped. I guess usually either my internet will go out or I guess randomly it'll just cut off. So obviously I'm striking a nerve with somebody, daddy. Um, but yeah, so I'll talk about my truth, my experiences with warlocks. Um, Sometimes I think maybe they may not actually know, like they may not necessarily practice dark arts. Like they may be like a really religious person, but then them is the main witches that there is, and let me not get into that either. But because I feel like if a man lays down with you sexually with no intention of loving you properly, he's siphoning your energy. Like he understands what the goodness of a woman's love is, which is your energy. So if I come and I know that you have GP, but I have no intentions on loving you or being with you or nurturing you or caring for you or providing for you in any way, I may not necessarily do spells, hexes, and curses, but I'm definitely a warlock in the making because all I'm here to do is to take your love and then leave. And love is an energy, it's a currency, it's valuable. So there's that aspect. There's also, like I say, those that actually are a part of covens and groups. And for the last couple of years, these are the people that I've had to deal with. These men, most of them hate women. They're down low. They're incels. They sit in these secret groups and chats and they bash women. If you look on my page on my community board, there was a big discussion about how these men in these group chats was like literally sharing ideas on how they wanted to, or how they plan to sexually assault women in their family, their girlfriends, how they had date raped them, how they had done terrible things from rape to molestation. They thought about it, they wanted to do it, they did do it. This is how they did it. Even on the dark web, there's like a rapist handbook. So when I started to really look at like how nasty, how nasty, and you be thinking like, oh no, there's nothing going on, honey. There are so many men on these nasty ass sites, on Reddit, on Telegram, all over the dark web that sit in these secret group chats. You would be surprised. And the reason why I say this is because my former partner, it wasn't even my partner, it was somebody that I was involved with. Um, because I did not want to be his concubine, he decided that he wanted to exploit me. That, like, like, hey, you can't have anybody else, you can't be with anybody else, and if you do, I'm just going to exploit you. I'm going to lie on you. I'm going to tell all of this misinformation. I'm going to create scenarios. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to destroy your life because if you're not going to have sex with me, you're not going to have sex with anybody. Um, And so what he did was started placing me into all of these like secret chats and groups and websites and all of these different things, pretending to be me, using my pictures, all of this complete fucking shit show, complete fucking shit show. And I started to see the underbelly of the world, like how like when he would release my location, he would track me through my phone and release my location of wherever I was at or wherever I was going. And it was amazing to see how many men would start to show up. It was just like, oh, y'all that thirsty. Ain't nobody get no pussy. Like y'all all willing to pay. Y'all all you willing to just stick your dick in anything. You will sit online in a group chat or on a website and wait for somebody to give you a okay to go and stalk somebody and show up there with the intentions of trying to fuck somebody you don't know. Like, you know how disgusting that is? Like, that is scary as hell that you willing to fuck anything. Like, that's scary to me, to just walk up to somebody you don't even know and you would be willing to eat whether you pay for it or not. The fact that you would be willing to stick your dick into somebody you don't even know is just like, ew. That's why I just be sitting here like, listen, tomorrow makes 7 years that your girl has been celibate. 7 years tomorrow. And I still just don't be knowing if I even want to play. Like, now don't get me wrong, I definitely have desires. Like I say, in Houston, Texas, honey, the men, baby, the men's. That's why I be like, let me get, go home. They fan. But like I said, who sent you? I be like, ooh, I gotta keep going. Because I lived in California for 5 years, so I didn't really see a lot of like black men all the time. And even there was fine men, but most of them was gay. Like, they, white, Hispanic, Asian, and they was all like well put together, wealthy, all that shit. But nah, I still like my coffee black, regardless of what we go through, baby. I still like my coffee black, honey. I can't give it up. I don't know why. I just can't. I don't think that's my path. I think everybody has a path, and I think I'm just supposed to keep my coffee black. I don't know why. I tried, but it's a no. At least for now, unless God show me something different. I'm always open to change, but nah. But when I got the text, I was like, ugh. Goddamn. Go home right now. Right now, get your ass in the house. That's why I said, people like, why you always in the house? Good. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. So, and this is why it isn't safe. Because, like I say, everywhere I go, I'm tracked. And for a long time, it's not as bad as it used to be. It was really bad in California. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it was really, really bad when I lived there. And it was really, really scary. Just how awful, and he was a warlock. He's involved with a spiritual coven, and I didn't know that. I didn't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. If a dude ever ghosts you, don't ever take him back. Don't ever take him back. If a dude disappears, I don't care if it's for 2 days, you can't come back here. If you can't respond to me, if you can't properly engage, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know where you at. And there's a lot of temptation in this world. And I cannot deal with people that are not communicators, because there's no telling what these people are doing behind the scenes. And if people leave your life for a certain period of time, you're like, oh, that's just my little cuddy buddy. We talk every now and then. Ain't no more cuddy buddies. It ain't safe. It's too much temptation, man. These dudes is doing everything. These dudes is into all type of shit. And this is what I'm telling you. I'm seeing it. I'm sitting here witnessing just how low these niggas is willing to go. Like, they don't care. As long as they feel like people don't know and they can still live in their private lives, they're gonna do it. As long as they can still lie, manipulate, and hide behind fake accounts, they're gonna do it. They don't care. they don't care. As long as nobody knows. That's the name of the game, is the secrecy. As long as nobody knows, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna scheme, I'm gonna abuse, I'm gonna traumatize, I'm gonna steal, I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do behind the scenes. But in the public, I'm the man. I'm the man. So, because of that, and learning like about the dark web and about red rooms And you may not know what a red room is, but it is basically it is a place where usually it's live streamed, where very egregious things happen. It could be a live sexual assault. It could be a live red room. It could be a live unaliving of yourself. It could be like torture. It could be like waterboarding. Like it could be a live whatever is in that room. And people get paid a lot of money to live stream people's lives. It's almost like the real reality is on the real reality TV is on the dark web, and people live stream people's lives, and people pay probably subscriptions just like Zeus Network, but it's real people's lives that have hidden cameras in their house and they don't know, or maybe they do know, and they leak their personal information. They dox them. They leak their phone calls, their emails. They hack their accounts. They have complete and total access. They clone their phones. They hack into their computers. They will have complete control over your life in so many different ways that you wouldn't imagine. And it is very, very sad state of affairs. And usually, if they're a part of covens, everybody's involved. So there's somebody that works in transportation, there's somebody working in education, there's somebody working in healthcare, there's somebody working in your apartment building, there's somebody working for the police. Ooh, the police department, the lawyers. Oh, when those people are involved, you're up a creek without a paddle. They can have people to work for telecommunications that go and change text message times. They can delete stuff out of your phone. They can keep you block your emails, your communication. Because people say, "Oh, I emailed you this time and you didn't respond." You go back, you never saw it that day, but you go back that next day and there it is. So they'll try to play with your mental health, like, "Oh, you're just not paying attention." But no, like people will literally hide responses from you. They can reroute your phone. They can reroute your mail. Like right now, I couldn't even get my mail from California at all. Like when I tried to do a change of address, they couldn't even identify who I was. I couldn't even get my mail changed because they have rerouted my shit somewhere, even with ID and all my information. So it is. This is what I'm saying. Like the warlock shit go deep. It ain't just about like spiritual warfare and people doing spells and the curses of your life. I'm talking like real deal organized crime. That's what I'm talking about with war. It's war, bitch. Psychological warfare, spiritual warfare. Like it's deep. It's more than just what meets the eye. And so when I say these things, I want people to understand that you really need to watch out for people. You really need to watch out for the signs of somebody that over exaggerates but never really delivers. Someone that has an inflated sense of self, but then you look at their life and they don't really reflect that. I heard a girl say once, like, if you his first bad bitch, don't deal with him. Because if a man has never really had access to a beautiful woman or never had access to a certain type of life, he's going to dog you. He's going to resent you for it because you got it before he did. He's not going to love you properly. If he couldn't give you that life and you try to bring him into something, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Do not. Don't do that shit. Just let him go. Let him find his own way. Let him find a pick me shove. Let him find somebody that can love him at his level. It's not that you can't, that y'all are, it's not even about compatibility or being evenly. You have to learn to love and to live within your level. And as you grow and you evolve spiritually, you will find people on your level, but also know that comes with light and darkness. So when you are more heightened spiritually, understand that yeah, you may find men that are divine, but there's also going to be men that are attracted to you that are not. Just like when you was broke. And I mean broken spiritually, not necessarily monetarily. But when you evolve, because that's the real currency. It's not necessarily about the worldly aspects. I'm talking about the real currency is spiritual evolution, ascension. So you need to understand what that shit look like. They will do whatever they can to keep you stuck. If they have enough power and enough money, enough resources, they will block everything that you do. They will block all of your resources, your access. Um, if they know enough people, because there's power in numbers. So if enough people say the same thing, people usually believe it. So if they spread a rumor that you're XYZ, I've heard everything from diseases to mental health to, um, about me being a mother, like everything, every terrible thing that you can say about a woman, he has broadcast publicly in some aspects, and will pay other people. It's not just him, because he's like on some Charlie Manson shit. Charles Manson went to jail for life, but he never killed nobody because he was a conspirator. He orchestrated that shit with all the people around him. All the women with the upside down cross on their face and shit, then shaving their head and Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. He warped their mind to the point where they was willing to do anything for him. That's what I mean by Warlock. That's what I'm saying. Like Charles Manson, Jim Jones, men that have enough spiritual fortitude to manipulate people into believing things in a certain type of way. And I'm not a woman that just believe a man just to believe him. If you stand before me and you got a certain title and certain accolades, I don't just believe you to believe you. And a lot of men resent me for that because they feel like they've always been the man. But when Candice come around, I just be like, you're just a man. You're not the man. You're a man. And you're not my man, so I don't look at you that way. And they get offended by it. And I'm like, I don't care. Go fuck. Take it up with your mother. Like, I don't care. What am I supposed to do with that? Your feelings. Well, what am I supposed to do with it? Like, can I cash it at the bank? Like, what do you want me to do with your feelings? Anyway, so a lot of them I noticed grew up poor. Like, a lot of them aren't necessarily like from money. Like they grew up poor. They never were really accepted. People really didn't like them like that. They would never really fit in. They would never. That's what I said. They were never the man. They was just the one that was in the shadows. They was never the man. And so I guess in their mind, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be the man one way or another, even if I gotta lie and manipulate to do it. So I'm gonna do spell work on everybody, on everything, every job I get, every girl I want, every situation I'm in. I'm gonna do, if I gotta put spell work on the judge, if I gotta put spell work on my kids, whatever I need to do to be the man. Because a lot of this has a lot to do with self-worth and value. And so if I feel shame, if I feel pain or neglect or abandonment, and I'm not willing to heal that, and so instead of me healing that, I'm just going to steal from everybody. I'm going to get the life that I want by any means necessary. I don't care who I hurt in the process. I don't care what I got to do. So that means I'm nobody's off limits. No, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. Like, nobody's safe. And so another person that I knew, like, another aspect of them, they can be very cold. Like, cold emotionally. Like, icy, baby. Like Antarctica. Before the global warming. Because, it's like 90 degrees there now. But, like, before the global warming got bad. Like Antarctica. Icy. They don't have no feelings. They don't have no emotions. They don't even see you as human. They don't value you. They don't have any desire to grow with you, to build with you, to nourish you, to encourage you, to invest in you. Like, those, no, bitch. You are a warm body. Very Ted Bundy. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta be careful with warlocks because it's very serial killer vibes. They have serial killer vibes because they don't even view you as a human being. Like they don't care. It's very sociopathic. Like you have to be very careful with warlocks. That will take you up out of here, man. And being a person who has been tracked down and hunted by, it started out with one, but I think, like I say, they work in groups and they have networks in every city and state in this country. It's not just like, oh, it's just in this neighborhood. No, girl, everybody's connected. I've moved 4 different times. Everybody's connected. Everybody's down for the cause. Everybody's willing to sign up to gang stalk or harass or bully people. Everybody's on these websites and group chats. Everybody. And you be like, oh, it's just poor people. It's just homeless people. No, baby. When I lived in California and people that live in them towers and high rise, everybody's down. I even found out that it's like people in different political parties that even in some aspects the government pays for this type of stuff to go down. So if you say certain things on the internet about certain groups or you have a certain agenda, that's why I'm very mindful of what I say in the comment sections because you don't never know who's watching. Big Brother's everywhere. So people get mad like, oh, you don't like my video, you don't comment, and you lurking, and it's just like, no, girl. Because as much as I want to give my opinion and I want to say what I need to say, I'm just learning that nah, man, I just don't know more. Because it goes from leaving a comment, especially within the spiritual community, leaving a comment, you have so many trolls on everybody's page. Some of these people are involved in dark groups. So then they take your page, they see your name. If your name is connected to your email is connected to your name, they'll figure out, they'll do Google searches, find out where you live, what city and state, and eventually find out your address. Because everybody does change of address, not realizing that that's public information. So people will find you. They will release your information. They can have people showing up at your door. They can release your name into these group chats and literally solicit you for sex. You didn't even know. So that's what I'm saying. You got people running around gang stalking. You didn't realize that you were being solicited online. So you think trafficking is just somebody stuck in a house somewhere being sexually violated against their will? No, trafficking is happening every day, all day. If people have your information, if people know where you are, shit, it happened today. Shit, I left and walked to the store and went up the street. And basically here where I stay, everything is under surveillance. So they know when I leave, they know when I come back. And so by the time I left, walk back, it take like 3 minutes to walk down. So, you know what? 6, 7, 8 minutes between, getting there and getting back. They had all their people in place. Because they know, okay, when she come back, she gonna sit over here. I didn't sit over there. I sat somewhere else. And then it foiled the plan. You see what I'm saying? So I know how they move now. I know the type of things that they do to harass me, to bully me, to try to make me feel some type of way. But as I said the other day, I put it on my phone that gang stalking and those type of things only have power if you allow it. If you give people the power to believe that they can intimidate you and make you feel some type of way, or they want to try to play on your fears because they think that I'm scared of men, but it's like, I'm not scared of you because you're not gonna do shit. All you're gonna do is come here and stand here. That's it. So they basically want to swarm you with men to create a fear, to play on, if they know that you have anxiety, like for me, I do. Then they will do things to create scenarios to trigger that, either to get you to cry, to get mad, to lash out, to crash out. And now I just don't play the game no more. Because I heard a lady say, like, if you play the game, the cycle continues. See, a lot of us thinking, like, no, like, you supposed to observe that shit. You supposed to step back and observe what's happening. You ain't supposed to entertain it. You're not supposed to be a part of it. You're just supposed to sit back, observe, take notes, and keep it moving. Don't get mad, don't engage, don't say nothing, don't respond. You have to keep it moving because energy is everything. And everybody is on the search for your energy. Everybody needs you to have something to say, to be involved, to be overly aggressive. Like, they need that shit. Like water. They need your energy. So even when I came back in the building, they try to do everything they can to try to, I guess, play on my fears. And it's just like, I don't be, all of you niggas are pussy to me, man. I'm sorry. But any man that feels like they have a right to abuse women, that sit in group chats and go in secret covens in the wood and walk around naked and fuck each other. Because let's just call a thing. Like, most of y'all niggas is down low. You don't really like women, so that's why you feel comfortable abusing them. You would rather sell a woman. You would rather sell her and make money off of her than to be with her and love her properly because you can't love yourself. That's what it boils down to. You hate yourself. You hate your life. You hate all the things that you never had, that you never got. You weren't loved properly. But instead of you going to heal and taking care of yourself and going to therapy and doing the work, you blame everybody else around you and you punish everybody else around you. And then you turn into, you need power, you need control, you need respect, you need what you feel like a man is. See, that's the thing. They want to be the man. This is what they think the man is. Power, respect, honor, loyalty, all this Scarface ass shit. That's not what the fuck a man is. Please stop watching the bullshit. That is not, because none of the niggas lived. The niggas that y'all look up to, that y'all think is the man, they always seem to die. And they never die in honor. They never die like uplifting their community or doing anything great. They always die in pain and tragedy and trauma. Think about it. Every guy that talked to El Chapo and Al Capone and all these people, these it's all everybody. Frank Lucas, all the gangsters and the Larry Hoover, all the dudes that they glorify in these rap songs, they're all dead or in jail. They're all fucking dead or in jail. They never did nothing for fucking the community. They never did nothing for their families. They never did nothing. But these are the people that they want to be because they think that's what a man is. So then that's why they talk bad about Russell Simmons and call him a simp and say he's corny because he takes care of his kids and his family. He respects his wife. He's a simp. But then y'all go out here and glorify motherfucking Big Meech. Everybody, oh, Meech home. Like, nigga, who cares? I ain't gonna lie, BMF was I give them respect though. I do give BMF respect because that was like a Fortune 500 organization. I would give them respect. BMF was like, they had like an organizational chart of fuck shit. Like, I would give them respect. They were putting the kids in private school and everything. So I have a little bit of respect for BMF. But all I'm saying is that we glorify crime, pain, and trauma, and we have so much more to offer to the world than that. And people get lost, and then they get involved in this kind of shit. And so a lot of times when men aren't accepted into the group, they don't fit in. They're not athletic. They don't have any games, so they're not the player type. They may not be extremely attractive. So if those guys don't get the proper healing that they need, they fall into like groups. And because with the internet, there's a group for everything. Everything that you can think of, there's a group somewhere for it, whether seen or unseen. Any and everything, I promise you. Any and everything. When I found out that on the dark web, there's a thing called gift givers, where people actively go knowing that they have diseases, and they're gift givers. They target people to infect them. There's also a thing called bug catchers, where people that actually sign up to be infected. They want to be infected to get checks and shit like that. They want to be infected. Whether I don't care if it's COVID. I don't care if it's with a flu. It could be with any type of illness that they want to be infected. They're bug catchers. This is what I'm saying. How nasty the world is, man. And people wonder why I stay quiet and I stay to myself, because I'm like, nigga, you have no idea that why you don't want to take pictures, because people are weird, man. People will sit there and take video recordings of you and post you online. You somewhere you don't even know what the fuck going on. And you wonder why things happen to you, because people are weird. They are involved in a lot of shit that I've never even heard of in my life. But through research and going through this situation, I had to learn and figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to unsee what I know, because I know it. I mean, there's more, but I would be mindful of the men that are always into the nightlife, they're always under it, because that's one thing I noticed about this person. Like, he was never really stable. He never really actually like had his own place or had a foundation. He was always outside. And I'm kind of leery of a man that, especially after a certain age, like you're every weekend you in the club. Every weekend you out, you gone, but your business is not popping. You don't own anything. You don't have no retirement. You don't take care of yourself. You don't go to the doctor. You don't eat properly. Like, I'm paying attention to all that. You smoke cigarettes. Like, I don't play this shit. I'm very conscious, because I ain't laying, like, because your sperm stinks. You stink when you don't. No. You think you coming over here mucking up my waters, baby? Absolutely not. No dirty Dan. You can keep it. I don't want it. Like, you people be sitting there thinking I'm scared. No, I ain't scared. I'm keeping it safe, because y'all ain't right. Like, y'all mentally screwed the fuck up. You're off. Something is wrong with you. And you think I'm gonna sit here and lay down with you? You think I'm gonna fall in love and have your kids? People like you only had one child, because nobody was worthy of me having another one. You think I didn't want more kids? You think I didn't want a family and getting married? These niggas wasn't worth my time. I'm grateful I didn't get married over and over and have a whole bunch of kids I couldn't take care of. Girl, I didn't miss out on shit. I'm looking around like, girl, you did good. You did good, but all this inflation and all this food going on outside, no, I'm okay. Yeah, you may have us, well, girl, go pick up somebody. It's all these kids right here. Go pick up somebody's kids. Go buy some candy, give out to the kids. Go sing with them. Go teach them hand games. Go get some coloring books. Go read to the kids at the library. Somebody needs your services, but don't ever feel bad about not having kids, because the things that I'm seeing when it comes to these men is outlandish. And how far they're willing to go to destroy and brutalize a woman for the fun of it. That they're so low and in a sunken place within themselves that they would rather slaughter a woman publicly than to go out and work and build and actually work with other men to actually build and create communities and foundations that everybody can win. So it like, even on one of the videos, a man was like, I carry a pistol, but he was like, do you think it's because of women? No, it's because of these men. Like, there's something off. There's something wrong. Like, men have lost their way. Not all men, but a lot of them have. Like, we're having debates online. Who is more safe, the bear or the man? Like, are you serious? Can you understand how bad we've gotten in time, that we have degraded? Like, we are degenerates in our thinking, that we really have to sit here and compromise and think which one is better, the bear or the man? That life has gotten so bad that women would rather choose the bear? Are you crazy? Like, shit. And then people shaming me like, oh, you're by yourself and you don't never go nowhere. Nigga, look at what these niggas is willing to do. Like, you talking about you ain't outside or you ain't doing it, girl. Like, what? Go outside for what? I don't need to be outside to validate my happiness, man. That's what's wrong with y'all. And true enough, if I'm outside, I need to be out of the country. Like my homegirl Jackie's Honor said, I don't leave the house unless I'm leaving the country. That bitch, when she said, I was like, you know what, that's my girl. That's my girl. I mean, what I need to be outside for, just outside food. That's why you buy a big house and you get everything in it. And then you have everything there. And you host little shindigs with the people that you love at your house. And then you send their ass on their way. You don't fool our lives. That rich people don't be out at the club, honey. They don't post everywhere they go. They don't do like that. We're not the same. You're judging me because I think wealthy, because that's who I plan and aspire to be, is wealthy. So I act accordingly, and I understand that wealthy people aren't everywhere. Everybody don't have access to wealthy people. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they have. They can't count their pockets. So I'm learning about taxes and real estate and all these different things. So I know that when I build my foundation moving forward, that it will be built by bricks and not by sticks. And then nobody will be able to come in my house and take anything from me, because I have built a foundation solid that it's going to take an act of God to come and take anything that I have. And I mean that. So I'm going to let everybody around me create their karma, because that's what I'm doing. I'm going to let everybody build their karma. All the games being played, all the lies being told, all the little secret traps and all the little things that people try to do. I just want it to build, and then it's just gonna combust one day. I'm just gonna sit here and be like, well, I'm trying to tell you. I tried to tell you, friend, but you didn't want to listen. You thought you knew. Because people don't know, and like what homegirl say, people don't think, so they must feel. They don't think they'll ever get caught. They don't think they'll ever have to answer. Diddy didn't think he would ever have to answer either. Diddy thought that if he could just keep paying for people's silence, and he could just pay to make it go away. That's the mind of a unhealed man with unresolved trauma issues. Excuse me. Clearly, Diddy has a sex addiction that he does not want to. He never wanted to deal with. As long as I can drown it in work, and I can have money to cover it up and make it go away, if I can just pay you off, it doesn't matter. So he never dealt with his trauma. The trauma just kept building. The lies, the abuse, all the things, he never really changed. He just covered it up with money. I'll just cover it up with money. It's okay. I'll pay you off. You want $30 million? Okay, girl, here you go. But did I ever change? Did I ever seek healing? Did I ever go to therapy? Did I ever really evolve? Nah, because it went on for too long. So that's why I say, like the type of stuff that's going on, these men been doing this. Like this one man that live here, I'm like, you got a daughter, nigga. Like, so a lot of these men have daughters, and they be sitting here trying to gang stalk me. I be like, wow. I feel sorry for your kids. That they don't even know who you really are. I feel sorry for your sons too, because they probably look up to you and think you somebody, but you really just another abusive man. Like I just in it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not in fear. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your children. I really do. I feel sorry for the people that look up to you, that admire you, that talk to you, and people wonder why I don't say nothing. I don't talk to people because I know who you are. I don't engage with you because I know who you are. I know what you're willing to do. I know that you don't have a backbone. I know you don't stand for anything. You're not a man of honor. You're not a man of integrity. I can't respect you. You're not the man. You're not. I know that's what you tell yourself every morning. But I don't believe you. I see right through you, darling. So, and that's why a lot of people don't like me. Because I know that you're lying. I may not say anything, but I definitely know that you're lying. And I just let people live in their delusion. But the only time it becomes a problem is when you try to cause problems in my life. Because I know that you're lying. So it's like, damn, like, why I gotta have this? Like, for real? So you mad because you don't want to live in your truth. You would rather get picked by your homeboy than to tell the truth and realize that you just got this lady here because you want her as a beard. You don't really love that woman. A lot of these dudes get married knowing that they gay. A lot of these men know that they would much rather be with a man but don't have the courage to do so. But they would much rather bash the LGBTQIA plus community and talk shit about transsexuals and shit, knowing that if they got a fucking shit. Because found that out too. Because a lot of these dudes, they be bashing me. They really into men. And I know that. Several dudes from my hometown that think I don't know. That y'all really into trannies. You think I don't know, but I do. I know. There was somebody I went to school with. I never outed him. I found out he was messing around with a dude. I never outed him. Never. Because he was never mean to me. And he always would just look at me like, and I'm just like, it's fine. It's okay. He was in the military. It's okay. Like what you like, love who you love, man. I'm not here to shame you, baby. I'm not. Only time I call people out is when it turns into abuse. When you are sitting here traumatizing and trying to take people out and do all this shit because you want some what's his name, Aaron Rodriguez, trying to kill people because people know that you gay. you sit up here trying to take people out. You didn't kill all these folks because you didn't want people to know who you were. You done sat here and lied and schemed and done organized crime and identity theft and put people on the dark web and having sex orgies and doing all this weird shit. You done just ripped your whole life apart and you want to take everybody with you because you fucked up. Because deep down you know that maybe you were touched as a child. Maybe your parents didn't love you properly, baby, but at 40 years old, that's no longer an excuse. Like, nobody cares if your parents didn't love you properly, man. Nobody cares if you grew up in a single parent household in the projects or whatever. Like, nobody cares. That it's up to you to change your life. And you don't change it by traumatizing and abusing other people to get ahead. That's just not how it works. Because it's never going to last. Like, anybody that you read that had a notorious life, right? They had a notorious life. They did foul shit. They guns, drugs, money. You know what he said? You gotta recognize the difference between guns and butter. Like, people that live like that, they never live long. And even if they do, they get sick. They die. Like, it never turns out well. It never turns out well, man. I don't know why people do that shit. I don't. I've yet to figure it out, honey. I don't mind taking the long way. I don't mind taking a long way. Cause at least my hands is clean, baby. Through all this shit that I've been through and all the lies been told on Candice and all the things that people say and she's this and she's that. At the end of the day, I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never robbed or killed or stole from nobody. The whole time that I've been displaced or gone through homelessness, honey, I ain't never had to compromise myself. I've always had something to eat and somewhere to go. I've always gotten what I needed some way, somehow. The money always comes some way, somehow. It may not be what I want or how I want or how much I want, but I always end up getting what I need. So I know it's going to be okay. I know that I'm going to be okay. So I don't have to hurt nobody. I just got to wait my turn. Sometimes you jump out and you want to, this is what you end up being. You end up being a witch or a warlock because you think you God. That's really what it boils down to. Niggas be thinking they God. Niggas want to be God so bad, but they don't realize the responsibility of what it takes to be a God. How much you have to change and evolve as a person to be godly in a human form at that, not in the spiritual. I'm talking about in a human form to live as a God. Do you know how hard that is? Like y'all still want to do devilish shit, but then be respected like you God. Y'all want to live like devil, but be respected as like the Heavenly Father, because nobody really respects the devil. Y'all want to do demonic shit, but get the praise and the adoration that the Most High get. You know, every Sunday people praising the Lord, praising the Lord. I don't care where you at, where you from, who you are. Sunday people praising the Lord. People, I don't care what God, Baptist, Methodist, Pentecostal, it don't matter. That's his day. People are praising God. There ain't no really days people praise the devil, not really, but it ain't in mass droves. Not the way that people do. We got whole cathedrals dedicated to God. It's completely different. So that's what happens. People want to act as demons, but be praised the way God is, and it just don't work that way. So they end up becoming dark because they resent people that actually not only can live in the light, but they get the praise, they get the glory, they get the adoration for being good, for living well, for doing right, for being honest, for keeping it clean, for being just, for being caring, for being compassionate. All of those things, they get that. And people that are demonic over low vibration hate that shit. So they have to take it. You gotta rob you, gotta steal you, gotta sell you, we gotta destroy your name, we gotta destroy your character. But what you don't realize is that energy never dies. Duh. It only transforms. So you can't kill me, man. No matter what you do, you can't kill me. You can make and kill my flesh, but my energy and my light will always live on. Look at Tupac. Look at Mother Teresa. Look at Princess Diana. The light continues to carry on, man. People that are influential, that are really of the light, that is what everlasting life is. Duh. Seek first the kingdom and you shall inherit everlasting life. It's not here on earth. Nobody want to live forever, man. Nobody wants to be paying bills and taxes forever. Duh. But that may be too heavy for people to understand. But all I want people to really get is to understand the signs of a dark individual, man. People that engage in nefarious activities, there are always signs. Things never really add up. There's always a lie for a lie. Their life usually reflects some form of chaos. Some people can wear it well, but eventually you'll start to see the cracks. Because either the cracks are loud, and even if they're silent, like it's so silent that it's loud. So be mindful of these people, man, because they can really ruin your life. Don't be ashamed to walk alone, to take some time to yourself, to figure things out, to do soul searching. Don't feel bad if you've never been married or don't have any kids. Live your life the best way you see fit. Don't let anybody judge you and make you feel bad because you're different. Because I'm telling you, like, I thank God for being different. I thank God for being an introvert and just kind of being out of the way, because sometimes I feel like if I would have been anybody other than who I was, I wouldn't be here. If I was that party girl, that Instagram girl, I probably would have been gone years ago. Because that's how they get you, man. Like they play on your vices, your shortcomings, your weaknesses. That's what the devil does. I learned that even in Bible class here. Like, the devil comes and he's not going to attack they can't place a stronghold on you in areas that you're strong. in areas that you are secure in. So if you've been celibate for 7 years, I may not necessarily be able to send, Mr. Fine in because you like, hell no. But if I know you still struggle with smoking weed or, doing things that you don't have no business, or even certain like anxiety or limiting beliefs about yourself, negative self-talk. If I send those in, or hey, like you really don't believe in yourself, so I put people around you to make you feel bad about who you are. If I find different cracks within your foundation, I'm going to send people in to expand on those things. So be mindful. Be mindful of your triggers. Be mindful of areas that you need healing in. And this is why I say it takes solitude to work on those things. It takes solitude to heal different aspects of yourself so the devil can't get you, man. You can't come here. You can't play with me. You can't play with my mind. You can't know. When you will walk away and leave it all behind like it never even happened. Because you know the God that you serve, and you know who you are, and you know who you belong to. And that I know that there's nothing there that you can really offer me, because the devil don't own anything. He don't. That's what I'm saying. That's why Warlock's got to steal and lie and cheat and connive and do all this foolishness. That's what. Oops, excuse me. I apologize. That's why they have to do all this type of stuff. Because they're liars. The devil's a liar. He's a con artist. He's a salesman. He's going to tell you whatever you need to hear. He don't love you. He don't care. He doesn't. He doesn't. This is why it's like, hey, I'd rather walk that narrow path. I would rather walk the narrow path and know that no matter what, travel the road of least resistance, and that God is always going to be with me, man. I don't care if your feet are bleeding, if your back is bent. I don't care what it is, honey. All of that will be repaired. Everything that you lost will always be restored to you tenfold. And no matter what happens, things always turn around. But you always have to keep your eye on the prize, which is God. Don't ever let yourself be distracted, because the devil uses any and everybody, even your own children. Okay? The devil will use your own children. That's why Revelation says the things that it says, of things that will happen within the last days. And I was thinking the other day, I'm starting to believe that like Revelations isn't about necessarily about this world that's ending. I think it's about individually, as we grow spiritually in our spiritual evolution and we ascend. Because the more that you ascend, the more you're off the ground. So you're not grounded. You see what I'm saying? Because people say you need to get grounded, right? Because the more that you think and evolve and learn, the higher you're ascending. Well, the higher you get to heaven, the further you're away from earth. Okay, the closer you get to God, the less that you usually can relate. You see, so you have to be mindful of that. That it can be challenging. It really can. It can be challenging. So it's going to leave you in a blank space. But I asked myself the other day, Candice, it's like red pill, blue pill. Like, would you rather be who you used to be? Would you rather be lost? Because I'm like, no, because I'm like looking at the people that I left behind and the situation I left behind, like, them people are dying. Those people, like, listen, I understand want to be where I am right now, but listen, the people that I left behind, quiet as it's kept. That's why I said I know I'm gonna be okay. That's why I know I'm gonna be okay. Like you have to decide like who you gonna be, what price are you willing to pay. Because choosing the light, yeah, like you may go through a lot of stuff, but you also get a lot of rewards. And I feel like it's nothing that the devil can really offer you. Not at all. So I hope this information has been useful to you. I hope that you continue to have a great rest of the day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time.